Alright, so what we're going to do today, got an unknown valve cover. Came with the car. We're going to see if it's good. We don't know if it's cheap or not, but we need to replace this valve cover and we're on a budget right now. So we're going to get started. First thing I'm going to do, get all this shit removed. Right here, come up here. You don't have, it's a E18, I believe. If you don't have that 9/16 or 14 millimeter, we'll just get it off. You just gotta loosen this. You don't have to take it all the way out. It's E14. The first thing you're supposed to do is disconnect your battery. Make sure you do that. If you don't know how to do that before you work on your car, you probably shouldn't work on your car. Get these out of the way. 1 meter. Pull this cover up. They usually have bolts in them. Mine is not bolted. It's been torn into way too many times. Next, we're going to open up this DME box just so we can pull the wires out of the way a little bit more. 2 tabs, press them on the side. You got your locks. I think mine are unlocked. There's a ground strap right down here that goes to the side. We want to get that out. Just help you get the wires up out of the way a little more. Next, let's get all the coils. We're probably doing this backwards, but you know, it'll get done. So got all the coils undone. We're gonna go into the injectors. These things break easy, so be careful. Got all those disconnected. These look like 8 millimeters for the grounds. Well, the reason we're changing this is with the PCBs out, there's no suction. Oil cap, there's none at all. And the idle does not change at all, so. And this valve cover's probably got 100,000 miles on it, maybe a little more. I'd say it's about time. Next, we're taking off these, I believe they're E10s. Just get this all the wiring out of the way. Getting the loose lines out, fuel rail off, PCBs, the we're going to do this to be safe. We're on the injectors. We're going to mark what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so we don't get shit mixed up, just in case. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Pull this out of the way. Boost solenoids. facts. So next we're going to pull out these boost solenoids, get the wires disconnected from the bottom. I'm going to tape them, mark which one goes where, because I don't like getting stuff mixed up. That way we can pull the hard lines over the top. And we'll go from there. I already don't know what we're going to do about this wiring harness, but figure it out together. Alright, so there's going to be 10mm here, 10mm there, 10mm right now. I have to disconnect nano solenoids, cam position sensors, so I can pull this back farther and get it out of the way. Then we should be able to take the fuel lines off. I think we're going to take the fuel rail off too as well. Pull that out of the way and get this thing out of here. One thing, you're going to want to get a fucking magnet. Alright, we're going to disconnect these nano solenoids. Try to get these wires out of the way more. Sorry. We might need to do solenoids after this to break these off. We're only going to mark one of them because that way we know. I don't think we'd even need to, but just in case. Oh. Broke off. Fuck. Oh, looks like we're getting new boost. For vacuums. Damn it. Didn't want to replace those yet, but we've been looking at upgrades anyways. Good thing is I do have another N54 sitting in storage that's got the vacuums, boost vacuums over there, so I'm going to go get one so I can make sure everything's still working properly. Fuel pressure sensor off. To the side. Recommend getting gloves. These are always dirty ass jobs. Alright, so next we're going to pull these fuel lines. I'm going to number them just to be safe. I believe all of them are the same, except for this back. So these lines are going to be 14 millimeters. Recommend crack it, don't take it all the way off, crack the front, and then it's recommended to disconnect the fuse and leave the line. The car's been sitting for a little while, so that wasn't too big of a change. Next we're going to start this line, 17, the main fuel rail. I don't know if we need to remove this, but I feel like it's just going to be easier if I do. There's a bolt that's right under here to get to. So get that disconnected. Just clip in. It's going to be 3 of them, it looks like. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them. It looks like I'm missing one. 11 millimeters. Yep. 11 millimeters. 24 of them. So these are a bitch to get off without breaking, and I hope that we don't, because I don't feel like replacing this thing right now. But that's the fun of having these cars. You're always replacing shit. You can get this bitch off. Just hope you have a lot of flatheads. Didn't fucking break it. Jesus Christ. Have fun with that one. But we got it. Alright, next we're gonna move my catch can over and hope that I don't have to remove anything else, but we might have to. I'm just gonna remove my catch can and get this out of the way. Get that more out of the way. I'm going to pull this up out of the way with the bungee cord as much as we can. Try to find a place to bungee this. Let's see. I'll get out of the way a little more. I probably should have broken all these bolts loose. I believe these are going to be E10s around the whole thing. Alright, so from what I understand, there's 9,000 of these things. So yes, they're E10s. Alright, we're getting closer to the back. These are the ones that everybody says is a bitch. So let's see how hard these things really are. Alright, we need a swivel. I think that's the most frustrating part of this anyway. If it wobbles too much. This is what I do to try to get shit so it stops wobbling so much. These things get worn out over time. Just put a little tape around it. You can kind of control where it goes. Usually I tape it more than that, but that'll help it so it doesn't wobble so much. Alright, I see where people are coming from. See what the fuck they're talking about. Bitch. Got it. Yep, got that one. So it's that back corner one that's gonna be the bitch. Took me about 3 tries, but we got it. Now the hard part's gonna be getting it all the way out. Fuck. Oh shit. Don't do that. Fuck. God damn it. Well, hopefully we have more. Because I don't feel like lifting the car to get that out right now. So hopefully I have another E10. Yeah, luckily I got another E10. I gotta start the car to be able to get under this because I gotta drive it up on blocks. So there's about 500 more of these screws. I just want to get these black ones out all the way. Let's get this back out of the way as much as possible. And let's start getting the rest of these off. Whatever you do, don't drop the tools. Unless you have extras, because if not, you're fishing. And that shit sucks. Got all the other ones loose on the outside. We're getting all the ones on the inside. Should be all those loose, and then you gotta get the ones that hold the ground cables. I hope I have any long enough socket for that. If not, we're gonna try to figure some shit out. All right, we're gonna see if this works. Nope. Well, the inside of this is too small. All right, we're gonna do something that we probably shouldn't do. We're gonna take this out, put it on the vise, hollow it out a little bit more. Hopefully that solves our problem. I still don't know if this is going to be long enough. If not, we're going to have to go to the hardware store and go get a new one. Alright, so let's see if this works. Yep. And it barely fits over there. Let's hope that we can get this on there to get these cracked pins. Ooh, that's lucky. That barely fit. I recommend if you get this, so you don't have to do what I do, to see if they make a longer 10mm. If not, do what I did if you have Harbor Freight tools. They are cheap. So, they're still tools, but they are cheap. So if you fuck something up, you're good to go. Don't feel bad about doing that to a snap-on tool. Trying to get better at not using my impact on this type of shit because these things are brittle. Even though I'm replacing this one, I'm just trying to be smart about shit. After this, all we have to do is pull all the bolts. So those are all loose. Alright, we're gonna go around and make sure all these are out now. I'm not gonna bore you guys with this, so you already know. Get all the bolts out, and then once we get back there, I'll get back to you. Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. I did what I told you guys I wasn't gonna do, but they were already loose, so it was just to get them out. I don't feel like spending an hour trying to get those off. All right, so we got all the bolts loose. Now it's time to pry this up. I don't know if I need to move this line. It looks like it's gonna be in the way. I think I'm gonna just crack it loose and move it out. Bend it out of the way for now. That'll work. It's not bending it too much, so that's all right. So next we're gonna try to see if this will come up. If it doesn't, we're gonna get a little pry bar and see if we can pry it up right at these little openings a little bit. Stendo screwdriver. Probably supposed to be a little more gentle than that with it. Out of the way a little bit because I feel like I'm gonna break those hoses. As you can see, it's probably gonna help. I'll just move it out of the way. Not a shit ton, but it looks like the spark plug sleeves are coming out with it, so. There's the old one. I gotta pull the spark plug sleeves out. We can put those in afterwards. Doesn't look half bad actually. That gasket was probably shot. Alright, so we're gonna try to clean this gasket up as much as possible. Get all this shit off of it. Invest in some plastic razor blades. They help with this without fucking things up. Alright, so we got the whole thing cleaned up. Now we're gonna drop the new one on here in a second and make sure nothing pinches and gets back together. Something did fuck up, so I don't know how that happened. One of the clips for my injectors broke. So luckily I have extra ones because I clean fuel injectors. So I have clips for those that will clip right in, so I'm gonna have to cut and resolder one of those. So I got it slid over. Now time to tighten it down. Hopefully the gasket stayed in place. I can't really feel it, so that kind of sucks. Guess it's still in place here. Still in place there. Place there. Luckily, we have one of these so we can make sure, but it looks like it's all the way in place, so. No, it's not sitting all the way down, but we're gonna tighten them down and go from there. All right, so the wifey came out, she helped me look, and it is seated all the way around, so now we just got to tighten this whole thing down. You wanna go, I believe it's 10 Newton meters. I gotta check again just to be sure. I don't wanna fuck things up, but you want to go half torque first, so about 5 to 7, and then you're going to tighten it all the way down to 10. But we're going to check torque specs on those just in case again. And there is a specific torque pattern you want to do these, so I'm going to look that up, get a little schematic for it, and I don't feel like doing this again, but if this is a cheap valve cover, we're probably going to have to. But it doesn't look half bad, so we'll see. All right, so it says start from the center and go outwards. We're just getting these hand tight first, so we're just gonna Make sure everything goes in smooth, nothing cross threads. I'm gonna hook this to the ratchet just to do this real fast. Alright, this is a pain in the ass, but we're getting it done. Alright, first pass on this. We got them snug. We're going to do 45 inch pounds. 45 inch pounds. So I found this. We're going to go off this torque spec. Some of them say start in the centers, do all ones, go around in a... We're just basically going to try to squeeze it down in the center, and then it's going to push its way out throughout the outside, so it'll seat the whole thing evenly throughout the whole thing. So we're going to see where this gets us. I'm not going to bore you with this, guys, so you kind of get the point. So first pass is done. I recommend getting a fucking back brace or having this thing up higher, because bending over for this whole time is not that fun. But we're getting it. So off to the second pass, which second pass is 75 inch pounds, or around 7.5 foot pounds, I believe. 75 inch pounds. We're gonna do one final pass all the way around it just to make sure everything's good and tight. All right, so we did our final pass. Everything's good. Everything's torqued down to spec. I'm running my storage unit, go grab that other boost solenoid so I don't, or the boost vacuum solenoid, so I don't fuck things up. And then this clip actually broke, so I don't want to do it, but we're going to cut and solder it and put some heat shrink on it. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're gonna solder these things. And that's that. All right, let's get this whole thing buttoned up so we can go take the kid to get stuff for Mother's Day tomorrow. Fuck. Ugh. These are all going to be coming off later too, because I got index 12s. I'm just waiting to clean them. Alright, got all the injectors connected. Could have put the ground bolts back on, put all the tape off, so I look like a complete rookie. It's a 330. It's like less than 100,000 miles on it because the guys had problems. They changed a bunch of shit and didn't know what they were doing. And they didn't have them seated all the way. So I paid $1,000 for it. Got it running right in front of me, they were pissed. Back in. Actually, swap it out. I'm storage that one. Double check everything, make sure everything's hooked up again. We look good. Now it's time to start it up. Make sure everything is all good. Got the battery hooked back up. Hope this car starts. Haven't driven in a while. Alright, showing that we have cylinder 5 misfire. Alright, we're checking cylinder 5 spark plug now because I swapped the coils. It didn't do anything. So I didn't always misplace all my shit. My ratchet is. Just a little dry, so maybe an injector.